Hey guys, I am back. So, all right. Here we go. I didn't get a chance to read you guys because I was recording that. So I set that video to private, so you guys got the exclusives. So you guys won't be able to see that video anymore. It's just private, just to be posted on YouTube. But I have the recording in OBS. When I'm done with you guys, I'm just gonna put together. This is gonna literally be like I just put it in the Premiere intro, ending, boom, psh, psh, upload to YouTube. It's a 10-minute video, get up in 2 minutes, and that'll be something you guys can watch in the morning. I just wanted to get a live audience while I was recording that. What do you guys think about that? Because I saw a lot of people's comments, but I never got a chance to read any of the comments. I want to read you guys' comments. If you have any questions, let me know. And after that, we're gonna get ready to go to the next segment. We're gonna do politics after this, and because there's a debate I want you guys to hear. I want to test the mic since you guys can hear Buster Rhyme. Make sure that everything he does is raw. Then I can just play this through my headset, and we can go into the politics part. God Broly versus Super Saiyan Blue in Dragon Ball DBZ 4D. Mm. Wow, I got to talk to Walter, man. I'm gonna save this for later. Etika put up a video. Let's get in trouble. Mm, mm. Wow, really? They chanted that? Fans?
From downtown. And the other thing about that, remember, this is a completely new team, new system, somewhat of a new role, and he has made the transition seamlessly here for the Celtics. Rozier trying to check in. Brad Stevens has called him back.
I'm listening to something real quick, guys.
Kelly Oubre back on the floor for Washington. Defending the rookie Brown. A lot of contact. Smart and Jennings. And Mike Callahan with a call. It will go against Brandon Jennings. Yeah, that's a tough matchup for Brandon Jennings because Marcus Smart, one of the strongest guards in this league, and that's just one battle you're not going to win.
Okay, anyway, that's nonsense. Fans are trying F you to a player on the basketball court. Come on, cut the nonsense. Where are you guys? Let me read your comments and then we're going to go into the politics. Global politics, not American politics. Is a big difference. You make me want to play my old games even though I got a Switch. That was intense. I think it was a good idea. Yo, Force, I beat Ocarina of Time. Good job, Fraser. What is the subject? Global politics, apparently. Actually, it's war. That's what this is about. I guess you guys can leave your comments in the video section, well the comment section when I post this in the morning for those who want to go over that review. Let's see here. 11 watching. All right, so we still got some people up tonight. Let's get to the politics. Where are we? Where's Press TV? Where is Press TV? Triforce, it's in your subscription area, idiot. All right, so here we go. So I'm gonna pick out a particular topic, and I want to see what you guys, because you guys are gonna hear it while this is going on. So certain things I want to get you guys' point of view, your mindsets on what's going on in the world. Now crackdown in Bahrain, no. Russia role in U.S. politics. Okay, so let's see here. The debate in Iran presidential issue. We'll go with the debate Russia role in U.S. No, actually, do we really want to do that? De-escalation zones in Syria. Hamas new strategy now. Venezuela crisis. Airstrike civilian casualties. Hmm. Let's go with the. All right, I guess we can go with this. We'll go with the airstrike civilian casualties because there's some hypocrisy in this. We're gonna pause this for a second right here, guys. So hang tight because I like politics in one regard. It gives you an idea to open your mind and to look into other things, what people think. What do you think of Trump so far, Trifors? There's nothing to think of Trump. Trump is terrible. I'm like him, and if for those who be like, oh, so you're a Hillary supporter? No, I don't like her neither. They were both terrible options. Just goes to show you how terrible America is. Like you literally pick the lesser of both evils. Who does that? Like just don't pick neither. There was oh, but there wasn't any other option. Yes, there was. Like there was like four options to pick from after screwing over Bernie Sanders. You didn't have to pick Hillary or Trump. You could have picked Jill Stein. You could have put the Independent. You could have picked the Green Party. Could have picked anyone. But people, Trump is worse. Actually, no, Seth. It doesn't matter which one would have gotten in. Both of them would have still done whatever is being done now. The president is a puppet position. They do not run the country. The people who own the country, run the country. Uh, so I'll give me 2 seconds. I'll be right back. I just could grab something from fridge because this is gonna get juicy. Oh man, I love listening to the debates because it's so stupid. Like you're sitting in there when you're listening to these guys, you're like, "What? Did you really like say that?" It's so silly. Hold on. For those asking where did I go, I went to get my popcorn and drinks. Politics is always funny. All right. Yeah, the both sides. Anyone who's arguing over Hillary and Trump and which side was better is idiots. They're both pitiful. Like stop. They're just terrible, both of them. In fact, I don't even say one is worse than the other. They're equally as bad. It doesn't even matter. One's a closet racist, the other one isn't. They both want war. They're both liars. They both have corruptions in them. Like it's the same thing. It's like that was a whole point to set America up to pick from the two evils of different contrasts. And while everyone's arguing over it, no, but the evil we're picking is better. You're picking evil. Period. What? Let's kill 10,000 babies. You're so evil. At least we're killing 10,000 boys. You're killing 10,000 girls. Like, how could you even do that? You're killing babies. Like, does it make a difference if it's a boy or girl? this is this is American politics for you. Fool, foolishness. All right, let's see. I would call them idiots, just having different opinions, Dreyfus. Call who idiots for having different opinions? Robert, it's have nothing to even do with that. Look at the two. Look at the two candidates to pick from. They're both evil. It doesn't make a difference whose side is less evil than the other. They're both evil. You don't pick evil. Never do you pick evil. Period. That's the point I'm trying to say. Some people don't agree with it, but I'm not picking no evil. I don't care which one's the lesser. I'm not doing that. I'm gonna be like, no, we're just not gonna pick evil. How about that? Anyway, let's start this up. Okay, here we go. So this is called the debate. The topic is the U.S. airstrike civilian casualties, which is going to get into the whole Syria thing. And these people are going to be arguing about what is what. And there's a point to this whole thing. This guy will. Oh, first of all, can you guys hear? Type one if you can hear the song and all this other stuff, because I want to make sure that if you guys can hear the song that we're talking right. Mm. Uh-oh. Mm. Can you guys hear? Type yes. Well, did you hear this? I think type yes. You can't hear? What? It's not Max. How come y'all can hear Busta Rhymes but can't hear this? Let me start it all over again. Can you guys hear? Type one. Type one if you can hear. Don't tell me I have to plug this out. Nope. Yes. No. Yes. No. Don't hear any music. How is some of you hearing and then some of you not? One. Yeah, you guys can hear, right?
At least 352 civilians have been killed in U.S.-led strikes in Iraq and Syria since the year 2014. This is the count that the U.S. military has admitted to. Meanwhile, a monitoring group has said that more than 3,000 civilians, that's right, 3,000 civilians have been killed
All right, hold
by
on then.
coalition airstrikes.
Just gonna have to do this in a different way. Hold on. I'm gonna plug this out and I'm gonna turn it down. Can you guys hear now?
At least 352 civilians have been killed in U.S.-led strikes in Iraq and Syria since the year 2014. This is the count that the U.S. military has admitted to. Meanwhile, a monitoring group has said that more than 3,000 civilians, that's right, 3,000 civilians have been killed by coalition airstrikes. That is quite a difference, yet overall a tragedy of epic proportions. In this edition of the debate, we ask, isn't that the same as Daesh killing innocent people? The end result being death. And what about accountability? Can this be brushed aside again as unintended consequences of war? Let's talk about this first with our correspondent Muhammad Ali, who joins us from Syria's capital, Damascus.
Muhammad Ali, at this point, we're looking at quite a difference in the number of deaths that's being reported by the U.S. military and by this monitoring group. Basically, you're looking at a tenfold increase from the monitoring group. What is your perception of the figures? Which one do you think is more accurate and speak of the volume of deaths that have occurred?
Well, according to many experts here in Syria, the number definitely exceeds what the United States officially announced, 352 so far. Not just in Syria, but they're saying that the 352 civilians were killed in Syria and Iraq since the U.S.-led coalition was formed. However, we have to point out that we have been seeing U.S.-led coalition airstrikes against targets in Syria since this coalition started in many areas, in many villages, civilian villages like areas in Aleppo countryside, Al-Raqqa and its countryside, and also close to Deir al-Zor. Every time there are more than 10 people, 10 civilians killed in almost every single airstrikes, mostly civilians, women and children. Now, definitely many humanitarian organizations are also saying that the number exceeds 3,000. What is most importantly we have to mention is that did the U.S.-led coalition achieve any of its goals, which is undermining the capabilities of ISIL after years of launching airstrikes? The answer, if you ask many experts, if you ask even Syrians on the street, they say no, because Daesh even started recruiting more and more personnel, and their capabilities were not undermined. They continue launching offensives and attacks against Syrian army areas. And also, we have to point out that many experts believe that if the Pentagon is saying that it regrets the loss of lives because of such airstrikes, at least they could have cooperated with the Syrian government, which knows much more better on Syrian soil where ISIL is. The US-led coalition at least could have cooperated with Russia at the end of the day in the fight against terrorism, or at least also joined the intelligence room that was formed in Iraq between Iraq, Syria, Russia, and Iran. At the end of the day, intelligence is very important regarding the locations of Daesh terrorists across Syria and Iraq. So if the United States is serious about eliminating or at least undermining Daesh capabilities, they at least should have cooperated with the Syrian government and Russia and Iran. And finally, at the end of the day, the Syrian government made it clear many times that such US-led coalition airstrikes in Syria are not legitimate. They are against the sovereignty of Syria and the international.
Let's pause for a second. Robert says we need to clarify U.S. government. So we need to have this conversation. Before we continue with this gentleman who's speaking, we have to go over something. One of the major issues with debates and politics is that politics is the point of politics is never to address the issue. The point of politics is just keep spinning it. It's literally pointless. Politics is like 6 people in a room playing a top. Spin it. When you see the top starts to wobble, it's going to get, your job is to spin it. It's not to resolve anything. That's not the point. The people who got you in the room spinning the top, they're resolving something. So that's what politics is. I say this because in order to answer Robert's question directly, I need to explain something. You have the United States government, and then you have American principle. In order to understand the context of everything, you have to understand the difference between the two. I use a reference from Captain America, because Captain America best describes American politics and U.S. government and what America is. America, land of the free, is a concept, it's a principle, it's an ideology. And this ideology is freedom of oppression. That's what America is. Rights to everybody, to all men, to all living creatures. Everyone has the right to live. And for a better world, that American principle I can stand behind. What America is a total different thing. It's not about the American principle. And the reason why is because of politics and government who have sold the country off to shadow people who don't subscribe to American principle. Does that mean America's bad? White people are evil? No, because the same white people that form the American principle are fighting against other people, white, black, Asian, whoever what it is, that are not for the principle. So this is the confusion. So what ends up happening is when you criticize one part of America, a lot of what's the word for this? People who represent America take offense to it because they take it as a direct attack on them as opposed addressing a particular issue specifically in American politics, government, foreign relations, whatever the case may be. They take it as a direct attack. The cognitive dissonance then turns on, where no matter how accurate or factual you show certain things that you're commentating on or criticizing about America, it's just we don't care. America does no wrong. America is a great place. Blah blah blah. Whatever the case may be. So if you don't speak good about America, you're a traitor, you're a terrorist, you're this, you're that, you're all these negative things. Like, wow, I'm not allowed to criticize? No, you're not. That's what I've learned. So whenever I have these political things, the first thing I do is I create compartmental topics. And each of these topics, we address them individually and we do not relate them to either other so that everyone has a better understanding. This is not an opinion. It is without question there are people in the American government that are not in the best interests of the American establishment, government, the people, or the principle of what America originally stands for. These are facts. These are called evil people, and they exist everywhere, in every government. This happens to Russia, it happens to China, it happens to everyone. It happens to every government. They all do these things. And then you have things called patriots. And patriots don't care about the politics. Irrelevant. They care about the principle. And once politics gets in the way of principle, the patriots is like, oh, we don't care about your little laws or your little bills or whatever it is, boy. This is the principle of America, boy. And we're going to stick to this. And if you try to change this, boy, we got a problem, boy. And yes, whites, blacks, Asians, Spanish, it doesn't matter. They all say boy when those are like the true patriots defending America. They see anyone who tries to compromise the integrity of America as a boy. And you got to just address them like that. So to answer your question, Robert, when I hear these guys talking about America, they're not talking about you or I as a citizen, or the people in America who simply want peace and don't want war. The people who who fight for human rights, and I'm not too big on the whole democracy thing because the United States is a republic. It was built as a republic. So people talking about democracy is like what? But the country was built on the republic. What? What? So, but I don't want to get into that. But for whatever it is, as long as they're for peace and the evolution of mankind and everyone has equal rights and everyone's safe and everyone is allowed to do stuff without attacking anybody or hurting anyone, I'm all for it. But then you have some guys that they ain't about that life. The military industrial complex does not care about civilian life and human rights. Irrelevant. They trade that in for money. Serve your country. Go out into a foreign country and kill people to preserve the freedom of your country that those same people you're trying to kill cannot do anything to you about. It's like, that's so dumb. We gotta go over there and kill them before they come over here and kill us. Interesting concept. These poor people can't fly over here and do anything to us. Yes, they can. Go into their country, blow them up. Then when they come over here and commit acts of terrorism, you see, had we killed them already, they wouldn't be over here attacking us. But you attack them. That's why they're over here attacking you. So it's about which came first, the chicken or the egg. America has its own history of terrorism. The bombing of Little Africa, which they cleanly sweep under the rug. We don't want to talk about blowing up a town of 5,000 black people because they were prospering. That's literally what it was, because they were prospering. You can look it up. The destruction of Little Africa, Black Wall Street. It's like it was black people came back from post-war. They were poor. They were thrown into a land and said, "Fend for yourselves." So they lift themselves up by the bootstraps and they made a prosperous town. And they was like, wait, what? What did you just do? What? And they literally flew planes over them and threw dynamite down into the town. And then had people raid the town and kill people, shoot them in the streets, shoot them in their home and kill them. And this is not like hidden or anything. This is right there. Look at the Black Wall Street. They're like, you can go to the Library of Congress and find it out. And the United States government, the Ku Klux Klan, the police, and the FBI were all in on the conspiracy. But you can't do anything about it. What are you going to do? Take the police to the police? No, it doesn't work. It doesn't work that way. So they could do it and get away with it. But that's just one of the very many different forms of terrorism America has committed onto itself and onto its own people. But it's okay because it's America. They could get away with that. So when now black people try to retaliate, they say that black people are this and that and they're savages and whatever. But then when you take that very same concept and you use it, why are you going over and bombing people in other countries? And they're like, we're not doing that. We're killing the terrorists. And the terrorists are hiding out in hospitals and schools. But there are people in there. Yeah, but like we got to get rid of these terrorists. So you're going to kill 200 innocent students to get one terrorist. Yes. That's the definition of evil. No matter which way you want to slice it. Well, if we don't kill him, he'll kill 5,000 U.S. troops. How? He's over there. Yeah, well, they'll somehow sneak into the country. So, let's put a clean slate. You don't do anything to them from the beginning. They're going to sneak into the country and kill thousands of U.S. people because here's where reason comes in. And oh, Robert, I'm glad you said that, Robert. I'm so glad you said that. But America is not the only one guilty. Okay. Sorry, something happened to the stream. OBS just stopped working for a second. Now, Robert, you're right. The U.S. isn't the only one, but the U.S. is supposed to be the world power. The U.S. appointed themselves as the world leader. Now, if you take that leadership position, a lot of scrutiny is going to come on you. If America wasn't the world leader, then your point would actually have a more stance, because then we'd only be looking for the ringleader. That's the issue. You look for the ringleader doing it. Now, everyone else who's doing it, they're also guilty of the crime. That doesn't make them abstain from it because they're not the world leader either. But you can only fix the problem by getting the ringleader in charge, because if the ringleader stops it, everyone else will have to stop it. But if the ringleader doesn't stop it, then it promotes the others to do it. Well, the guy in charge is getting away with it, so why shouldn't I do it? That's their rationale to it, which is kind of stupid in the whole thing. So the point I'm trying to make, Robert, is simply this, is that we're not sitting here blaming American people or servicemen, servicewomen who help America in other ways, and that they're the issue. We're talking about American politics, American foreign and national policies, and the things America does that affects the world. What America does, for some strange reason, I don't know why, affects the whole planet. Now, when you have that much power, when you get criticism, you gotta take it. You have way too much power where what you do affects the whole planet. And there's no conspiracy. It's not a conspiracy. These are like facts. Everyone knows. It's just that no one can talk about it because that word's thrown around. Anyone who criticizes America, oh, you're a conspiracy buff. Even if a fact is brought out by America itself, we've killed 3,000 people. Wow, America killed 3,000 people with bomb raids, innocent people. Yo, you're a conspiracy buff. I'm just saying what America just said. No, you're still a conspiracy. Like I was just repeating what they said. I don't even have an opinion on it. It's a fact. So that what this does is it traps people from thinking. No one is allowed to think. You can't have your own critical opinion. You can't address an issue because if you address an issue, you're a traitor, you're a conspiracy theory, you're a terrorist. So then how will anything be solved if you can't talk about it? Exactly what they want. They don't want anyone talking about it. They're going to do what they're going to do. You shut your mouth and you sit in your corner. You work your little 9-to-5 job and you should be glad that you're not the one being bombed in another country. What type of human being would a person be to just say, yeah, that's right. Not my problem. It's not me. First world issues. But let us this is not necessarily about America. The whole purpose of me even putting on this entire thing with the politics is not to attack America. I want y'all to listen to the stupidness that's being said. The words, when these people talk, you're like, what? Why would you? And because this is the type of stuff that, like, here's an example. Press TV and RT is literally over there in Syria right now, watching on the ground, covering the news, risking their lives, getting killed. No one from America, not even the mainstream media, no CNN, no nothing, they're not there in Syria. And CNN has better coverage of the news in the war in Syria, what's actually happening versus the people on the ground. So people go, what's a credible news source? What credible news source? No source of news is credible. All news is just information, and it requires your critical thinking to know what's the BS and what's real. CNN is BS. NBC is BS. Press TV is BS. RT is BS. They all have their own national propaganda interests. One is clearly doing it for the good. The other clearly do it for the evil. But we can't really discern who's the evil or the good. So we only can use our head to make sense of it all. What is the news? Ask yourself, ask questions. Well, this guy bombed this and that. Why? You're scared to ask why? What was it a crime to think? And that's what people want. They don't want no one thinking. Don't get into politics, man. Too much of an issue. It's like, Travis, what are your stance on Trump and Hillary? What stance? It's obvious. These are two crooked people. Why are you asking that question? This is my mentality. Other people, yeah, but Trump does it. But the man has done that, and it's wicked. So I don't care what he has done over there. Well, what about Hillary? And she has done this. So I don't care about that over there. It's no news now. It's officially out now that the whole Benghazi and the Libya thing was to simply get what's this guy's name? Oh my goodness, how can I forget his name? Oh my goodness. Not Assad. I'm so used to saying Assad now. Gaddafi. It was after Gaddafi's goal because he was going to use the gold dinar to stop US from buying oil. That's what that was about. And that would have been a crippling blow for the US economy. So we got to kill him. Done. That's it. They want the man's gold and his oil. That's it. Why is everyone making no? Because Gaddafi was killing his people. There are people in Africa right now, still in the Congo, still getting killed by terrorists, and America's not doing anything for them. In fact, there's a video when a guy says, well, how come when terrorism is happening in Africa, no one cares? And the guy who represents the U.S. military says people in Africa aren't that important to American interests. That's what it is. It's about interest. Black people are not important. So black people dying in another country for terrorist reasons is not good enough for America to want to do something about it because it doesn't serve their interests. So the only time America wants to be a police is when it serves their interests. They don't care who is dying. It's not important to them. Why would they care? They got their own crap to think about. And that's just the reality of things. Exactly. And YouTube and social media lets us see another view that mainstream media loves to hide. Anyway, because Africa has no resources, Africa feeds the whole planet. Africa has all the resources. That's why AFRICOM is at North Africa. They got to take out the Middle East so America can land troops so they can plunder Africa. But that's not going to work because then they'd have to kill off 1 billion black people, which is why Robert Mugabe is America's #1 hated guy because he's uniting Africa. Like, come on, America, bring it. And that's not going to happen. The moment America decides to create whatever reason to say they have to go into Africa to go fight terrorism and bring freedom, no, this is not the Middle East. This is 1.3 billion black people. You're not going to make it. It's just a stupid plan. You're going to have to do two things: stop or kill off 1.3 billion black people. And good luck justifying that to the rest of the world, which is why Africa is selling their resources off to America's, what's his name? America's opponents. Because if you're selling oil, diamonds, coltan, gold, zinc, copper, and stuff like that to Russia and China, the day America attacks Africa to take the resources, you're digging into the pockets of the other two superpowers. So the other two superpowers, whoa, what are you doing, B? What are you doing? Well, we coming in there, nah, B, we got something working with them. Well, we want the oil. So what's up? What's up? How you gonna take this? And Africa's gonna sit down behind Russia and China and be like, so it's a stupid war. It's a dumb war. This is what the whole destabilization of the Middle East is. You can't attack Africa by air or by sea. You have to invade Africa by land. What's blocking Africa? The Middle East. 7 countries, 7 years. No, 7 countries, 5 years. But they'll never make it. This is a stupid war. Everyone's jumping into this battle to just get killed for no reason. This is dumb. Over resources that they should just listen. Work with Africa. Help Africa develop its infrastructure. They'll trade infrastructure for their abundance of resources, which will help the world economy. China even said that. Why are you guys fighting? Why let's just do business? Africa's like, yeah. Now, don't get me wrong. There's little pocket battles and stuff like that, but nothing that amounts to big wars. We'll always get that. But like Aesop said, corruption. The military-industrial complex wants money. And the way they make money is a good old traditional pre-American way. War. Do you think that their end game is getting the end game is to get to Africa for every superpower, China, Russia, and America? That's the end super game. All the resources in the world is located in the areas with the most black people. Brazil, Venezuela, Burma, China, which China has their own little war in there with that. Southeast Asia with more black people. India, Africa. That's where all the resources is. It's where the climate's got good. 64% of the coltan deposits on planet Earth is in the Dominican Republic of the Congo, Central Africa. 64. That is the world's leading resource. What is coltan used for? Oh, glad you asked. You can Google it. It's used for your cell phones, your laptops, your tablets, your display screens, your TVs, and all of your electronic equipment. That's why 50 million people in Africa have been killed in the last 500 years. Genocide at its finest. So for guys who go, oh, the Holocaust, we're still getting Holocaust. I do world news and history. I don't do one region to try to. the whole end game is Africa. It's funny. We can look at this from a fictional standpoint. In the Matrix, after beating up the machines or whatever, and we threw the machines where? In Africa. Because we laughed and said, there are no resources in Africa. And then machines was like, there's a sun here, solar energy. We can dig, and Africa is the largest human inhabited continent on planet Earth. Like, are you kidding me? Hey, you can fit 3 United States inside Africa. You can fit all 3 world superpowers inside of Africa. Like, you can Google these things. Like, it's the facts. You can use the Google metrics to see the true size of Africa, not the globe that we've been spoon-fed for the last garbage amount of years, where they make Africa the same size of South America. Beat it. Like, are you kidding me? Who are you fooling with this foolishness? Like, yeah, back then when we couldn't read, got us. But, like, we got Google now. Stop. Behave yourself. Behave yourself. Like, we know what it is now. People can look things up now, and we can see it. The thing is that we are so proliferated with Facebook and YouTube and Vine and Instagram and all of these things. No one has a time to look at those things. We're too busy playing with toys. We're too busy playing with toys and gadgets, right? That don't allow us to learn about other stuff. You think the situation in Venezuela is because the president is incompetent? No, it's because America needs to dethrone this guy who can't run the country. It's not like it's his fault. It's a lot of corruption and back politics that's hurting him, why he can't feed his people. Putting a puppet president, and then now it's a U.S. U.S. proxy controlled territory. Do it here in Jamaica. Try to do it in Haiti, but Haiti's history has been very brutal. We literally, well, as Africans, literally killed the white invaders, the French, stripped off their skin, and wrote the Constitution. If you guys ever look up Haiti's history, yo, it is barbaric, B. Yo, they was not playing. They were like, you trying to enslave us? Hold on. They popped the trunk on them. They was not playing no games. Same thing for the Maroons here in Jamaica. We was like, wait a minute. Oh, you must think we're American people from the ghetto. Like, you think this is gonna rock? You think, what's this guy's name? The guy that did the movie. You think Friedman? Oh my goodness, I keep forgetting his name. The movie, the guy who just did the movie Birth of a Nation, but I forgot the character's name. You think the main character in Birth of a Nation, you thought what he did was vengeance? You don't know about vengeance. You need to go to third world countries and do the history on vengeance. Dude's not playing anywhere. So the end game is Africa, but China got the right mentality. Russia has the right mentality. We're not going to war with Africa. We're just simply going to do business with them. Africa needs the business. This is facts. Help build the infrastructure. Chinese are doing a little dirt in Africa, building infrastructure, stealing land at the same time, and some of the resources. I can deal with these smaller level of corruptions, but when it's like war, it's like stupid. Like, okay, blowing up the world to try to control the world is that's a dumb plan. It's a stupid plan. It doesn't work. So, I never thought I was so knowledgeable. I told you guys I do more than just play video games. A lot of people, there's a lot of things I know. Like, people do not, like, I'm 39. When you think I'm not, sometimes at night I just turn on the TV and turn on YouTube, Press TV, RT, Al Jazeera, CNN. I listen to all the news and I just run in the background and I think on it. And then I can call who's BS because they're both trying to put together their forms of information. I just research the information and find out which one's facts and which one's false. And then you now know who's lying. But American people don't have time for that. American people want to be force-fed and told what is true and what's false. That's it. And if you're from a third world country, then none of your news is credible. Why? Because you're from a third world country. That's not good enough reason why the news is not. Yes, it is. You're not commercial or professional like CNN with the and the graphics, and that does not have anything to do with the truth. That's all candy for lower mind people who Oh, yo, look how good it is. This communist children, yo, look at the graphics. That's like people who play video games. What are you talking about? The PS4 is the best system. Have you not seen the graphics? What does that have to do with the gameplay? Nothing have to do with the gameplay. Okay, it looks nice. And I want to see what is the game good? Yeah. Why? Yo, it's running at a Core Quad 9 processor with the 256 gigabyte. What? Wait, I did not ask you for the specs. I asked you for the gameplay. You have still yet to talk about the gameplay. You're still talking to me about the graphical engineering and power of the system. Can we talk about the game? I am talking about the game. That's how America is. That's literally, and then like, you people are stupid. They are. That's my opinion on it. But I'm like, well, so unless you talk about the substance of the actual story or whatever's at hand, I don't care about your politics and your. I don't care. Like that's got nothing to do with the issue. That's what I'm talking about. People spin the top in the room, and their job is just spin the top. They never address the actual issue. They don't. They're not. Their job is not to. Their job is to distract you while the people who running the world continue to do what they do, because you can't do anything. Let me see what Robert's saying. Unfortunately, victimization is all too real in this day and age. What is that based off of? There's no way America would attack Africa. Europe has attacked Africa. What are you talking about? Why wouldn't they? America has attacked Africa by building this country. They went in with their European predecessors who also then betrayed them, but then they made up because, America and the UKs are good now. And they stole African people and they tried to colonize the world. That's attacking Africa. Now, if you're talking about, go in and bomb it like how they do in Syria, well, you can't. It requires mass military machine might, which vast are even on the scale of America. They can't do it. And you can't throw a nuke into Africa because the ideal is to go and get the resources. So this has to be an on-foot operation. But how are you going to get into Africa? You can't. So if you take out the Middle East, you cut Africa off from Russia and China, which cannot help them. See why they want Iran, Afghanistan, all of North Africa, Sudan, Syria. You don't see it like this. You don't need to be a general or a military man to kind of know it. General Wesley Clark explained exactly what America was going to. In fact, let me not talk about General Wesley Clark. Let me get it for you. Hold on for a second. I want y'all to listen to this. This is a former general. He retired, honorable, discharged, and everything. General Wesley Clark, 7 countries, 5 years. All you have to do is type it on YouTube. YouTube is a beautiful thing. Listen to General Wesley Clark on this, guys. I won't even talk about this. We'll just listen to a former general of the United States of America who repped you guys. And he was on Democracy Now! And he just spilt the beans, which now America cannot go back against because he already spilt the beans. But you guys wouldn't know about this unless someone actually told you guys. So let's get we'll get the Democracy Now! One.
I interviewed General Clark on Tuesday at the 92nd Street Y in New York. Now let's talk about Iran. You have a whole website devoted to stopping war.
www.stopiranwar.com.
Do you see a replay of what happened in the lead up to the war with Iraq? The allegations of the weapons of mass destruction, the media leaping on to the bandwagon.
Well, in a way, but history doesn't repeat itself exactly twice. What I did warn about when I testified in front of Congress in 2002, I said if you want to worry about a state, it shouldn't be Iraq, it should be Iran. But this government, our administration, wanted to worry about Iraq, not Iran. I knew why, because I'd been through the Pentagon right after 9/11. About 10 days after 9/11, I went through the Pentagon, and I saw Secretary Rumsfeld
Here we go.
and Deputy Secretary Wolfowitz. I went downstairs just to say hello to some of the people on the joint staff who had used to work for me. And one of the generals called me in. He said, "Sir, you got to come in. You got to come in and talk to me a second." I said, "Well, you're too busy." He said, "No. He says, we've made the decision. We're going to war with Iraq." This was on or about the 20th of September. I said, "We're going to war with Iraq. Why?" He said, "I don't know." He said, "I guess they don't know what else to do."
Now, time out. Let's put some context to this. America has decided to go to war with Iraq, and when he asked why, they said they don't know what else to do. This is not my words, it's more my opinion. I'm just recopying what General Wesley Clark said. But that's funny, but let's get to wait when he gets to the explanation, because they actually explain it.
So I said, "Well, did they find some information connecting Saddam to Al-Qaeda?" He said, No. He says, "There's nothing new that way. They just made the decision to go to war with Iraq." He said, "I guess it's like we don't know what to do about terrorists, but we've got a good military and we can take down governments." And he said, "I guess if the only tool you have is a hammer, every problem has to look like a nail." So I came back to see him a few weeks later, and by that time we were bombing in Afghanistan. I said, "Are we still going to war with Iraq?" And he said, "Oh, it's worse than that." He said, he reached over on his desk, he picked up a piece of paper. He said, I just got this down from upstairs, meaning the Secretary of Defense's office today." And he said, "This is a memo that describes how we're going to take out 7 countries in 5 years, starting with Iraq and then Syria, Lebanon, Libya, Somalia, Sudan, and finishing off Iran."
Okay, so 2 things. 2 things. First of all, this was in 2002. No, 2000. He said it was in 2000 actually when that happened. Now, I want to address something by Robert, and this is Robert. You did exactly what I said people do, and this is I find this kind of hard. This is kind of hard to swallow. I just said there's a principle of America, and then you have America politics and the government. And although you have some service people who are inside and they're all serving the good of America and the principle of America, you have some people in the American government that don't care about none of this. And I mentioned one of them, the military-industrial complex. Then I went on to say it's not all people in America. It's people misrepresenting America. And not all the people in America is not like that. And then here you go. And I said, the problem here is that people when you criticize America, they take it as a personal attack. And after I said that, you still wrote, "Well, it's like you're saying all people in America is evil." And I'm like, wait a minute. I know I prefaced this conversation by explaining compartmentally what the problem is and the issue is, and not America as a whole isn't the issue. It's the people misrepresented. I know I said that. I can rewind the stream and say that, but then you said that anyway. That's cognitive dissonance. Step back, pause for a second. Forget about Triforce for right now. Think about what I just said. Triforce just warned that people actually do that. And then you did exactly what I told you that people did. So it's like someone saying, "I know what you're going to do because I know your nature. And you're going to do this." And you go, "No, I'm not. I'm not like that." And then you do it. Do you get mad at the person who warned you? Or do you stop and reflect and look at yourself and say, why did I do that? It is imperative for you to take the moment to look at yourself and ask yourself, Triforce just warned me of that, and I did it anyway. Why? When you find the answer why, you'll be more enlightened to things that's going on. That's one situation. We'll move that to the side. I want to rewind what General Wesley Clark said about the countries that America is going to be attacking. And this was this interview was in 2007 about him talking about 2000. So it's an interview with Democracy Now! In 2007, March 2nd, 2007. I'm reading today. I'll even drop a link in the description. Well, not in the description, in the chat after he's done, so you guys can see it yourself. And he's talking about what they came to him and said to him in 2000 before the Twin Towers fell. And then you have to notice, how come every single country he mentioned is currently or in war with America, or America is currently at war, or they have finished destroying that particular nation or region? Let's do this again.
I said, is it classified? He said, 5 years. Over on his desk, he picked up a piece of paper. He said, I just got this down from upstairs, meaning the Secretary of Defense's office today, and he said, this is a memo that describes how we're going to take out 7 countries in 5 years, starting with Iraq and then Syria, Lebanon, Libya, Somalia, Sudan, and finishing off Iran.
Pause for a second. Now, let's go back to Robert. Robert, you said, so just because you didn't automatically agree, it has nothing to do with agree, Robert. There's nothing to agree with. I'm telling you that it has nothing to do with all of America. All of America is not evil. If all of America is evil, we'd be nuking people already, all over the world. We wouldn't be talking about this. I simply stated that there are people who are misrepresenting America. Whether you want to agree with that or not, that's neither here or there. It doesn't change the color of the sky or whatever. What I'm saying is that I said some people say when you criticize any aspect of America, you're attacking everyone. And I explicitly explained that, no, it's not an attack on everyone. I'm criticizing a particular thing in America. And then you took it as an attack on you. Why would you I didn't say Robert doubly. I said nothing like that. And then now you're saying, because you won't listen to my lecture, Robert, if this is an issue and you're getting upset, you can unsub, leave. This is just my point of view. If since I guess I'm a terrorist now because I am not a patriot to America and I don't see America as the greatest country on earth and it's flawless with no problems, because that's how you're now making it sound like to me, because I know I went over this already with you before I even went to it. So I don't he's not upset, but then look what he's writing. Yes, because you're not paying a wait, no, not he said, so because I didn't automatically agree, there was nothing to agree with. You don't have to agree with me, just like I don't have to agree with you. Just because, why are we in this age where if you don't agree with a person, you're automatically enemies? Why can't we just agree to not disagree? I don't understand. Exactly, it's just a point of view. No one has to agree with what I'm saying. It's just a point of view. So I'm like, you saying I'm attacking all of a whoa. I preface said I wasn't. So I don't understand how you got that after I prefaced it. That's crazy. Which is the question this is the question I'm asking you. If I prefaced it, how did you still get that? That's the question I'm asking. In any event, let's go back over to what Wesley Clark said about the countries in a certain amount of years. It's important, very important.
He reached over on his desk, he picked up a piece of paper, he said, I just got this down from upstairs, meaning the Secretary of Defense's office today, and he said, this is a memo that describes how we're going to take out 7 countries in 5 years, starting with Iraq and then Syria, Lebanon, Libya, Somalia, Sudan, and finishing off Iran. I said, is it classified? He said, yes, sir. I said, well, don't show it to me.
Now, here's my question I have to ask, right? This is the question I have to ask now, right? In 2000, they already had a plan to attack all of those countries. Now, in 2017, they say there's a reason why they're going to each of these countries and doing what they're doing in there. But here's where critical thinking comes in. Premeditation is different from reaction. They had already planned to go to Libya and take out Libya before 2011, before they justified Gaddafi's so-called killing people. They made a plan and they said there's no reason. And it was classified. So I use my head. So wait, you already planned to go in there a decade before? Yeah, then there's no way you're going in there for a good reason. You planned it. You didn't react to something happening in the country that was negative. You said we have to stop it. You had a plan to go in there before it even happened. I'm just looking at this from a critical point of view. And it's one thing to go in one country, two countries. They had a plan to go into 7 in 5 years. I'm not making this up. General Wesley Clark said it. It's called a debate in politics. Maybe that's my point of view. I know it is a debate in politics. I'm just saying, I'm not even talking about the debate in politics. I'm talking about the comment you made. You were accusing me of attacking all American people. Let me read your comment back to you. This is one thing I love about, like, you can read back what people say. I'm going to just read to what you said, and that's what I'm disagreeing. Hey, I'm not saying America's perfect, but the way you're making it seem is that all of America, all of the citizens, all of the government are evil. What? All Triforce was doing was questioning that statement. It had nothing to do with a debate, no, nothing. This is, I'll copy it for you. Let me copy it for you. This is what you said. So I'm trying to figure out, how did you get that? How did you get that? All of America, all of the citizens, all of the government? When I compartmentalize and explain the principle of America, how there are people who have American national interests and other people in America who will believe in the American principle, I broke it up and I explained that before I even got into it. Then you said the way I'm making it. Let me break it down for you. It's not the way I'm making it. It's the way you're comprehending it. I said it plain facts as is. You decided to say, even though he said it that way, I don't want to take it that way. I'm going to take it this way. That's why I prefaced it. That's why I preface things. So freaked out over it, maybe I misunderstood you. Big deal. Chew my head off. No one's chewing your head off. I just asked you a question. Why did you come up with that? Triforce wasn't attacking you. I just asked you a question. Is it wrong for me to ask you a question for jumping down on me that way? I was like, wait, I prefaced that. Why did you say that? I want to know, where did that come from? Someone comes, this is water. I'm putting it on the table for you to drink. Later on, you put that water on the table for me to get poisoned. It's water. I was just putting it on the table, just letting you know. Where did you get that mindset from? Why did you think that? And it's something for you to think about. Why did you assume that about Triforce after he prefaced you? What was it that you misunderstood that made you think that way? It has nothing to do with me. Forget about me. It's about you. You need to understand yourself. Why did you do that? Whether you find the answer, whether you fix it, don't, whatever, is irrelevant to me. What Robert does has no bearing on me. That's all I was trying to do, is self-reflection. That's all I was doing, is self-reflection. Something for you to take a look at. Robert has to deal with that. I'm not correcting him. Correcting him is me making a definitive statement saying he's wrong. I didn't make a statement. I asked a question. Oh boy. Now I'm getting upset now because I cannot. I know all of you guys have gone to school. There's a difference between a question and a statement. What is the problem of asking a question? When did asking questions create wars? What is going on? I can't ask a question. Randy H. That's exactly what it is. Some people want to hear what they want to hear. So that's how the news tricks everyone in the world, by letting you hear and see what you want to hear and see, not what actually is. Anyway, let's move on. It's exactly because this turned into a Robert and me when this is supposed to be about General Wesley Clark. Let's finish hearing what he's saying. Let's go over that one more time, though.
7 countries in 5 years, starting with Iraq and then Syria, Lebanon, Libya, Somalia, Sudan, and finishing off Iran. I said, is it classified? He said, yes, sir. I said, well, don't show it to me. And I saw him a year or so ago, and I said, you remember that? He said, sir, I didn't show you that memo. I didn't show it to you.
I'm sorry, what did you say his name was?
I'm not going to give you his name.
So go through the countries again.
Well, starting with Iraq, then Syria and Lebanon, then Libya, then Somalia and Sudan, and then back to Iran. And the administration has stubbornly refused to talk with Iran about their perception, in part because they don't want to pay the price with their our U.S. domestic political base, the right-wing base, but also because they don't want to legitimate a government that they've been trying to overthrow. If you were Iran, you'd probably believe that you were mostly already at war with the United States anyway, since we've asserted that their government needs regime change. So, and we've asked Congress to appropriate $75 million to do it, and we are supporting terrorist groups, apparently, who are infiltrating and blowing up things inside Iran. And if we're not doing it, let's put it this way, we're probably cognizant of it and encouraging it. So it's not surprising that we're moving to a point of confrontation crisis with Iran. My point on this is not that the Iranians are good guys, they're not, but that you shouldn't use force except as a last resort. There is a military option, but it's a bad one.
I wanted to get your response to Seymour Hersh's piece in the New Yorker to 2 key points this week, reporting the Pentagon's established a special planning group within the Office of the Joint Chiefs of Staff to plan a bombing attack on Iran. That this is coming as the Bush administration and Saudi Arabia are pumping money for covert operations into many areas of the Middle East, including Lebanon, Syria, and Iran.
Let's stop there. So, now the whole world's not going into hell. This is why I don't stay away from politics. I need to be in the know. I don't cower away from information. I want to know the information. People who stay away from politics is because they don't want to be cognitive. See, if you don't know, you can blame ignorance. But if you do know, then you're now responsible, or at least obligated to help the situation. That's why people stay away, because they don't want to be obligated or responsible, and that's fine. That's actually not a right or wrong thing. This is a choice, right? The reality is this, guys. So I have some good news for the whole war in the world and whatever. Here's a reality, and we're gonna stop right here now, because I'm gonna say this, and we're gonna get back to the press TV. For those who want to watch the entire interview with Dr. Wesley Clark, you guys can click that, bam, or you can talk about General Wesley Clark, 5 countries, 7 years. There's like so many different versions of it, because he's had many interviews on that, so you guys can look that up. Here's the reality. For those who are sitting there like, oh no, World War III is coming, I got some good news for you guys. World War III is not coming. Here's why. The other evil bastards in the world outside of the US, Russia, China, and all major superpower world governments are all evil. Generally speaking, they're not total evil, because it's not possible to be total evil, but they're all corrupt and they're evil to some degree. Greed, self-preservation, and logic will stop this world war from happening. Russia and China have to survive. Russia has 14 million people, China has 1 billion plus. They're not going to sit by and allow anyone to block them from advancing. Because of this, they will not allow the US to do anything. The US cannot do anything. All of this, China's army, like Vladimir Putin said, someone asked him at the G20 summit, what is your thoughts on a potential looming war, nuclear war with America? And Putin was like, what are you talking about? There will never be a nuclear war. That's stupid. No one's thinking about nuclear war. Will there be a political war where there'll be battles and skirmishes in the world to preserve regime structure or regime change? Yeah, but nuclear war? No. He's like, what are you people stupid? When you see Kim Jong-il, whatever his son name is, or Putin or the US or China have their little military drives with their big war machines and all that, it's all posture. It's like a bunch of gangsters all walking in the room and all of them pull out their guns and they put their guns on the table. It's to let every other gangster in the room know it can happen. Just because it can happen doesn't mean it will. The gangsters are in the room. They're not thugs. They're gangsters. At the end of the day, the gangsters will send the thugs. They will have the war in the street, and the thugs can kill themselves and like idiots for whatever pocket change the gangsters are getting down to them. But at the end of the day, it will all be resolved on how the superpowers will divide up the world's resources. Africa, creating its AFRICOM, well, not AFRICOM, but the African Union, is trying to become a superpower to represent Africa and Pan-African black people around the world, so that they can join the table of the superpowers, so they can wheel and deal as well. That's what it is. That's the real politics. We, the people, are cannon fodder to constantly be feeding the global military industrial complex, and you send those people to go murder each other, and that keeps the Al Jazeera running and the CNN and the Fox News and the political wheel running, and the normal people like Robert and myself to watch the news to be entertained. But no one's throwing no nukes at each other. One person launches one nuke, the world ends. No one wins. And then the gangsters are like, whoa, whoa, whoa. You don't blow up the block to control it. That's what thugs and gangsters and hooligans do. Gangsters don't do that. Wait, I said thugs and gangsters, sorry. Thugs, hooligans, and Neanderthals. That's what they do. Gangsters don't do that. Gangsters built America. Are you kidding me? Did they blow up America to do it? No. They get thugs and hooligans to run in the street like morons. In Jamaica, they do the same thing down here. In Jamaica, you have the PNP and the Labour something party or whatever these two people are, and they fund the gang, the gunmen in the street to come kill each other over colors. But will the actual political people sitting in their nice little lavish house come out and start shooting people to prove their political point? No. That's what they hire you and your children for. What's wrong with you people? Behave yourself. They're not coming out here doing no fighting. What, you stupid? They want to live. It's we the people want to die for the petty money that they kick down to us. So no. Exactly. It's like he says, just a Trojan horse. It's like ain't nobody throwing no war like nuclear. That's a joke. It's to keep you scared. Oh my goodness, they're gonna go to war. Then we gotta kill them now. And now we can justify legislation to go bomb another country because people in America are scared. So yeah. And no, I will never run. Yeah, well, melanin is what people go to war for. So yeah. Obama's Obama's a piece of shit. He's just as bad as all of them. They're all bad, man. All of them. Obama didn't do anything, especially for black people. Obama did a bunch of social issues, which were not the issues in the world. He's just as bad. I'm like, come on, man. They're saying Obama has killed more people. I'm not even going to get into the whole thing with Obama. They're all equally bad. I don't care if he's black. That got nothing to do with nothing. I don't give a shit about him being black. That's like, who cares? Him being black, kiss my black ass. Yeah, Obama was a distraction, and no, it has nothing to do with Illuminati. You guys got to understand what Illuminatis or Illuminatis are people. All an Illuminati is people who are aware. That's it. They're illuminated. They know what's really happening in the actual world. That's all that is. It's a catchphrase and a word that scares people to make them go, these people are... for stupid people who are uneducated. Anyway. Oh, yeah, he's definitely better than Trump. You see, that's an opinion. That's not an objective statement. Who gives a shit who's better than who? He still committed war crimes. Why are you trying to... You see, you cannot do that. This is the argument that get the public to get into petty stuff like that. He's still better than Trump. He still committed war crimes. So because one is lesser evil than the other, you dismiss the war crimes of another. So what are we going to say? Bush is better than him? And then do we say Clinton is better than him? Then we go back to Reagan? Then we keep going down the line of all the presidents that have done wars that killed millions of people? Is that what we keep doing? Until we find one of the 45 presidents of the United States who's done the most horrific thing and we go, that's the bad guy. While the other 44 who've done almost as much evil as him are all acquitted of their war crimes. What type of foolishness is that? You have a voice? Oh, she's here. He just had a better public representation. Yes, he did, but Trump is literally dumb though. Actually, Trump is actually smarter than all of them. You guys got to look at what is Trump's personal agenda and goal. Trump's personal agenda and goal is to upgrade his business, and he's going to use his presidency of the United States to put him in a position where his Trump family is taken care of. That's what this is, at the lives of millions of people around the world and including the United States. Blah, 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 blah. Millions will die, and that's just that. It's got nothing to do with liberal. This has nothing to do with social or whatever. All of those things are constructs to distract people. It's irrelevant. That's the idea to distract everyone. Trump is intelligent. The great intelligence of Donald Trump is to make everyone believe he's stupid, and he's doing a goddamn good job at that. It may come back and bite him in the ass. Maybe. Who knows? That I really wouldn't even know. Anyway, enough of Wesley Clark. Let's get back to the foolishness on Press TV. So, Pentagon confirms death of over 350 civilians in U.S.-led airstrikes in Iraq, Syria, and 2014. No, since 2014. All right. So from 2014 to 2017, 350 civilians have died in U.S.-led airstrikes in Iraq and Syria, which is two of the countries that Wesley Clark has mentioned. So let's hear what the rest he has to say.
Resolutions, UN and the UN Charter.
Very well, we appreciate that. Thank you for that. That's the correspondent Mohammed Ali talking to us there from Damascus. Let's introduce our guest to this debate. Marwa Azwan is a journalist and political commentator. She joins us from Beirut. And also Michael Lane, founder of the...
Michael Lane, yes! Michael Lane is one of my favorite debaters because he never talks about the actual point at hand. He is a master at the English wordsmith. My man is surgical with the words. My man be like, hold that, stupid people. He be twisting stuff. People just miss it. Wait till we get into it. The lady from Beirut, though, nothing against women. Women, stop getting emotional when you have a political debate. Please stick to the facts, because once you start getting emotional with your facts, it leads the other opponent to discredit you solely on you getting emotional. That is a debate one-on-one trick. Because I'm listening to what she said, I get it, but I'm like, when you stop talking like that, you're trying to give the man a reason to say, well, you're acting like this and that. You'll hear it when she says it, guys. Let's get this on.
American Institute for Foreign Policy joins us from Washington. I'd like to welcome you both. And Michael Lane, I will start with you. Obviously, as a journalist, can't get emotional about this, but then again, why not? I mean, we're looking at a big disparity here between what the U.S. military is admitting to and what this monitoring group is admitting to. And this monitoring group is accredited in the way that it has presented itself. We will present their website, plenty of facts and data there. And what it comes down to is, can this be dismissed as unintended consequences to begin with? Or maybe before I even ask that, what is your reaction when you hear about these deaths and the large difference that exists?
Well, certainly there's always going to be a discrepancy in the numbers that you've heard about when you're talking about civilian casualties of this time, with different people counting using different methods in different locations, etc. Now, the coalition, as you pointed out, has admitted to, I think it was 352 or 362, but those are only confirmed ones. I think everybody would agree, even the coalition, that is a rock bottom number, that the true number is likely higher than that, because they only count in their official tally those that can be absolutely confirmed were casualties of the air or artillery wars of the coalition forces. There are, of course, difficulties.
Hold on, guys. Truck's passing by. Now, I want to say something about Michael Lane. This is what I'm talking about, distracting people and fooling people with wordsmith, right? It is no secret that the Pentagon has killed X numbers of civilians in US-led airstrikes in Iraq and Syria. Whether the numbers are more, whether the numbers are less, is irrelevant. The fact that US-led airstrikes are killing innocent civilians, that in itself is wrong. Talking about the numbers, high or low, is a distraction from the fact that people are dying. And people get caught by this all because it's like, well, those numbers are conservatively low right now. And in my mind, I'm like, who cares? Get to the point of the question. Why? Why? That's all we want to know is why. We don't care about the actual number. It could have been 2 people dead. It could be 2,000 people dead. Who cares? Why? Anyway.
In observation, difficulties in accessing the battlefield, difficulties in interviewing eyewitnesses and things like that, that if the coalition forces had those opportunities unfettered, the number would undoubtedly go up. Would it go up to 3,000? Oh, I don't know, but I think what we need to do is to put this in perspective. You know, you've had close to 500,000 people killed in this civil war since the beginning of it. And we're talking about a number somewhere between 400 and 3,000 civilian casualties unintended. When you take a look at what the coalition airstrikes have done, with over 20,000 separate sorties that have resulted in over 40,000 separate engagements, you're looking at numbers that indicate that you're really less than 1/4 of 1% of the engagements have resulted in civilian casualties. That's a record-setting safety record for the coalition forces in warfare anyplace. You compare that to what the allegations were against the Russian air campaign between 15 and 16, and the allegations were that they had killed more civilians in their air campaign in 9 months than ISIS had killed since its existence. So you'll always have discrepancies, discussions, but I think overall the coalition forces have tried to be as careful as possible.
I'm not too sure how to respond to that, Michael Lane. I'm not too sure if to say, well, then the U.S. and the U.S.-led coalition has done a good job. Marwa Usman, your reaction to that statement?
Uh-oh.
Well, basically, I laughed because he ended up by saying that the coalition. Look, don't get me wrong. I like your guest, but basically what he says is either something that he reads in certain statistics given by the Pentagon, or he just believes that the people that are dying are not even civilians, they're just numbers. So he ended up by saying that the coalition is trying so hard to pay attention or to carefully. It's people bombing other humans. How careful can they be? Can you explain to us why Mosul is not being open for reporters to go and actually see what's going on there? And by the way, it's not only the US's fault there, it's also the Iraqi government's fault as well, because it's not allowing anyone to go into the so-called liberated areas of Mosul to do any counting, to even take pictures of the horrific scenes of rubbles, building brought down to rubbles. No one is even allowed to go there. And then again, your esteemed guest says the civil war has taken the lives of 500. What civil war are we talking about? Who created ISIS? Who gave these terrorist groups the weapons? Who is funding them? How did they come to be? Because of the 2003 invasion by your country, sir. How did this 500,000 number? You still don't, as a U.S. and as institutions as well, you still are not able to acknowledge the fact that up until now, from the beginning of the invasion of 2003, up until now, it's more than 1.5 million deaths inside of Iraq. If that number you're not able to actually acknowledge, how will you acknowledge the number, the 3,000 number between only from the beginning of 2017 up until now? The horrific number that was given by the Pentagon is actually 220. And in March itself, only in March, one strike that was done by the U.S. Air Force against Mosul, it killed by one strike 254 civilians. And the Pentagon 2 days later came up and said, well, we accidentally killed 4 civilians. What about the people that lost their lives, the families, the women, the children, the burials, the funerals? Don't they count? The hospitals that actually took the dead bodies, don't they count? Are they not actually sources of data and information? But no one really talks about this because, believe it or not, whether you like it or not, we are from the Middle East. We don't count as real humans for the Western world.
The intro to this program, Michael Lane, I don't know if you heard our correspondents who spoke to us from Syria, said that if the U.S. and the U.S.-led coalition was cooperative with the Syrian government, in which it has not been invited by the Syrian government to conduct these airstrikes, or cooperative with the Russian, coalition, then it would perhaps have led to reduction of civilian casualties. Don't you think it was worth an effort by the U.S. and the coalition on that?
Well, first let me say in deference to what I heard from my colleague that yes, I believe all human life is important, particularly non-combatants in a war zone. All efforts ought to be expended to ensure that you minimize collateral damage or any other thing that leads to the tragic deaths or even injury of non-combatant civilians. But when you have an enemy like ISIS, who specializes in keeping civilians in and among them to sort of persuade the adversarial forces not to attack, not to bomb, because there will be a likelihood that the attack will incur some civilian casualty costs as the ISIS target is developed. You know, you're between a rock and a hard place there. You can't let ISIS just run around and use human shields forever and accomplish what they're trying to accomplish. They need to be taken out.
Because America won't allow ISIS to take human shields in Iraq, but Assad is a very bad person for doing the same in Syria, isn't it? Go ahead.
And, you know, it's a very difficult situation. You know, you do want to minimize the human casualty, the non-combatant casualties, but ISIS is a dreadful organization. All sides agree that ISIS must be wiped off the face of the earth. So the United States is currently involved in an operation that is very, very aggressive.
I'm very
We've
interested
stepped
in
up
what
our
you are saying,
airstrikes.
and I want us to be on the same page. Excuse me. Mr. Lane, I think it was.
Yes.
Can you answer me one question? How do you
Yes.
suppose that we should, and since we both agree that ISIS should be eradicated, how do you think that ISIS should be eradicated? Is it by the way that the coalition is doing, or actually by cutting the route for the funding, for the terrorism, for the weapons for them? Cutting those routes, meaning ending the ties with Saudi Arabia. You should admit this, or else we will be talking on two different pages here.
Michael Lane.
Well, I think all of the above. Certainly starving ISIS, cutting off their supplies, which I concede is an issue. It's very, very important. You want to weaken your enemy before and during the engagement. But I don't think anybody believes that ISIS is going to be completely defeated except on the military battlefield. You're not going to be able to starve them to death. You're not going to be able to withhold their assets and have them say, okay, yeah, we lost, we're going away. These people are vicious, committed fighters. They're on the battlefield. As soon as you give them any space at all, they're going to move forward, and they're going to be aggressive on the battlefield, and they're going to take more land, and more civilians are going to be killed in a result of that. So you've got to do both.
Then why is the U.S. not treating the Syrian government the same way it is treating the Iraqi government and fighting together against ISIS? Not to talk about who started ISIS in the first place. Why is President Bashar Assad, who has been fighting ISIS along with his allies for the past 6 years, considered to be a genocidal maniac, while the coalition, what it's doing is actually eradicating this group, so the terrorist group that is eating people alive? We need to work together, and if we don't work together, it's going to be ending really, really bad. I'll tell you one thing. Why didn't the U.S. or the coalition allow the PMUs, the Popular Mobilization Units, to actually be engaged with them on the ground and liberate the area just as they did in the Anbar province in Fallujah? We didn't see such kind of casualties in Fallujah because no Air Force or little Air Force was used. Then why this sort of Air Force against Mosul and Raqqa? Because the operation needs to end fast, and it needs to end just before even Donald Trump makes his own cabinet, for Christ's sake. Why are we still insisting that this is the best way when it's obviously not?
Michael Lane.
Yes, well, thank you very much. I enjoyed that. But look, the reason that the United States and its coalition partners are not working with Syria is because we believe we have conclusive evidence that President Assad has used chemical weapons against his own people. That is a red line that President Obama said was crossed. He regrettably didn't do anything about it.
What evidence do you have? What evidence do you have? Did you send UN investigators to actually investigate, despite the fact that the Syrian government asked for them to come? No. And
let's pause right there. For people who call Assad a butcher, I find this very funny. I don't know the man. I'm over here in Jamaica and America. But I do know this, that America has planned to go attack Syria 17 years ago. Yeah, actually. And when I heard Trump launch the 59 Tomahawk missiles as air base, first question I asked is, why did he do that? And then they said, because Assad gassed his people just recently, dropped a chemical bomb on them. So I said, word? Where's the evidence? How do you know this? The U.S. has not yet to produce any evidence. These things you can look online. And I looked to see if the UN sent an investigation team to go find out. The UN is a neutral team. That's not going to take Assad's side or the U.S. side. Their job is to just go in and find out what happened and what are the facts. Assad is asking for the UN to come in and investigate. The U.S. is telling the UN not to go investigate. Why would you do that? That doesn't make any sense. Then a neutral party can find out who really did the bombing. Why are you stopping them? Then I saw an interview with Assad. Yo, Assad, I don't care whether he's evil or good. Like I said, I see all world leaders as evil. But he brought up a very logical point. He said they said we attacked with chemical bombs. Sarin gas. Has anyone Googled what sarin gas does? So they show you the victims with the sarin gas on them. And regular doctors are in the room treating them. Sarin gas is contagious. It can kill the person treating a person with sarin gas without the proper equipment. So Assad was like, but look at these videos. Why are these people walking around with open hand gloves and sarin gas? Like, they can die too. And none of those people are dead. Like, that's not how sarin gas works. All right. Oops. Someone messed up their little video feature. But the facts are, here are the facts. There is no evidence that Assad used a chemical attack. They were accused by the United States. The UN is asking for the U.S. for the evidence. The U.S. does not want to give the evidence. It says classified. What can be classified about a criminal doing a war crime? Why is that classified? He did a war crime, right? Yes, that's public. Let us know the war crime so we can send in the UN to go stop Assad. So, okay, America, let's go. China goes, where's the evidence? America's like, we ain't telling you. Russia goes, where is the evidence? We're not telling you. So Putin said, all right, we're going to be there. Make sure that bomb don't hit one of our soldiers. Or we got a problem. This is what I'm talking about, gangsters in the room. Because you have evidence, I want to see it. You're telling me no. Why are you withholding evidence? If you caught them red-handed and, okay, look at this logic, critical thinking. You want regime change, right? You need to get President Assad out. You caught President Assad red-handed using sarin gas on his people. Provide the evidence to the UN and the world will just remove Assad from power. Done. No war. No one dies, no nothing. We just remove him. No, we're not going to hold it. Why not? Now, logically speaking, it's for one reason and one reason only. You don't have the evidence. This is facts. Because your end goal is to remove Assad. If you have the evidence of him using a chemical attack on him and you present it, it will remove Assad. There goes your goal. You complete your goal, right? Yes. And then you can do whatever you want. You regime change. So just do that and do it. No. Why? Because they don't have it. But people sitting there, yeah, Assad did bomb them. Where's your evidence? That's like someone said, Trifle shot this person in the street yesterday. Where's the evidence? No, trust me, I know he did. Trust you? Trust you? No, I'm not going to trust you. I don't know you from a hole in the wall. Like, show me the evidence. People say, Trifle stole money from his players. Trifle is a criminal. Trifle, the trolls who come in there, they argue. Okay, not a problem. Since you're accusing me of this, show me the evidence. When you ask them for the evidence, they don't have any. Do you just believe them? Anyway, let's listen to what this lady's going to explain about this.
He regrettably didn't do anything about it.
What evidence do you have? What evidence do you have? Did you send UN investigators to actually investigate despite the fact that the Syrian government asked for them to come? No. And at the same time, in Khan Sheikhoun, the so-called rebels, which they are not, they are terrorists, they called for the media to come and investigate. The media! They didn't even call for the UN. You wouldn't listen. The last time this happened in Ghouta in 2013, the actual investigators...
What? That's a problem. This is the point I'm talking about. Like the way she's in the right. She has a good question to ask, and rather than her say the question, then just say, "Well, where's the evidence?" They asked for the UN, and the United States is blocking the UN from going in and doing and because she's doing that, it doesn't present her case properly. She's in the right. She's just executing it wrong.
Were already there in Syria because the Syrian soldiers were bombed by chemical weapons by Nusra. At that time, it was only Al Qaeda. Then it had the name Nusra. They were bombed. They were there already.
Okay.
And
All
then
right.
the so-called the false flag attack of the Ghouta in
Very well.
2015 happened. The investigators went, and Carla De Pontes said that there was
Yes.
no evidence that would link the Syrian government to these attacks.
Michael Lane, go ahead.
Yes, I appreciate the fact that you want to dispute the evidence that the United States and the West says that they have on the chemical weapons.
Whoa, everybody, stop it. Stop. Everybody stop in the room. Stop in the room. Stop arguing about your social justice, whatever, socialism, democracy, none, because all that's actually worthless points. That's just spinning the top. All you guys in the room spinning the top right now. Listen to what Michael Lane says. I'm going to rewind it 3 times. You're going to catch the wordsmith. The man is suggesting the U.S. does not have the evidence. And he actually says it in a godlike way. Listen, I'm going to rewind it. What was that? I'm going to rewind it. Listen. Here we go.
Yes, I appreciate the fact that you want to dispute the evidence that the United States and the West says that they have on...
The investigators went.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Somebody said something, guys. Oren, what's going on, man? How have you been, Triforce? Stopping to see how things are. We're having a political discussion on what's going on the other side of the planet. Yo, you should join it, Oren. This is kind of godlike. I'm gonna do it one more time, guys. I'm gonna do it one more time. One more time. No, 2 more times. Listen to what he says.
Michael Lane, go ahead.
Yes, I appreciate the fact that you want to dispute the evidence that the United States and the West says that they have on...
Dispute the evidence and the facts that the United States says they have. Not that it was proven, that they say they have, but no one has seen this evidence yet. Run it back one more time. Hold on. These guys are godlike.
And Carla De Pontes said that there was no evidence that would link the Syrian government to these attacks.
Michael Lane, go ahead.
Yes, I appreciate the fact that you want to dispute the evidence that the United States and the West says that they have on the chemical weapons. I don't dispute your right to dispute that, but nonetheless, the United States and its coalition partners are convinced that President Assad has used chemical weapons.
Yes, you already said they're convinced. Not that they have evidence that he did it, but that they are convinced. So they simply convince themselves that Assad has chemical weapons and attack their people. Just like they convinced the American people that Iraq had weapons of mass destruction. So we are in an age where we don't need evidence. We just simply need to convince people that you do. American politics at its finest. Woo! This shit is godlike. Oh man, this is ridiculous. This is crazy. They don't need the evidence. They just got to convince people. Listen to this.
To dispute that, but nonetheless, the United States and its coalition partners are convinced that President Assad has used chemical weapons against his own people, and so therefore they have an adversarial relationship. Their official position is that Assad cannot be a long-term ruler in Syria, and he's got to go.
Okay, let's change. We got.
Why? Shouldn't this be the Syrian people's decision to make? Why?
Let's change.
Why? He was 88%. He took 88%. That's more than Trump actually took.
Let's change the landscape of the debate right now and move to another level, if I may, because we've only got a few minutes' time left. And I'm sorry to cut abruptly this motion that we have, but we're going to move to another level, and that is the U.S. involvement in wars. Michael Lane. Has there been a war that the U.S. has won that it could say, yes, we have won this war? The military engagements that the U.S. has been in, and we could name Afghanistan, we could name Iraq. Has there been victory there for them to be involved, for example, in Syria? And when I mention Afghanistan and Iraq, these are two countries, obviously, that lots of civilian casualties has occurred. And I just don't want to blame the U.S. for the civilian casualties. I'm putting this question forward to you, Michael Lane, to find out, is their strategy working? Because it doesn't appear, and based on the research, that the U.S. has won a war since World War II.
Oh, that's right. We haven't won a war since World War II.
Well, we have a new president now, and theoretically, a new strategy is evolving and will take place on the battlefield. President Trump, when he was a candidate, was very specific about the fact that he wanted to win the war, not just sort of stalemate the war. If you go back in history, your point is well made that for a number of years, going back to World War II, we had stalemates. We had military conflicts. In fact, we never declared war on anybody. We just had these military conflicts that resulted in treaties, or even in Korea, it only resulted in an armistice, not even a treaty. And technically, the two states are still adversarial. But the one exception that I would give you to that is perhaps the 1993 Gulf War. No, excuse me. Yeah, the George Bush Gulf War, when we were successful in pushing in liberating Kuwait at that time from Iraq. But what we did was we stopped right there before the war was actually won. So I take your point very seriously, and I think it's got a lot of merit.
Marvel Swan, the same actually question to you, because for a country, namely the United States, with this huge military power, they're not winning. So what are they doing?
In numbers. Let me talk first about the discrepancies of numbers, or the false numbers. The false
Why are you getting into
lies
numbers? You're falling into the pattern.
Pentagon year on.
Oh my goodness, this girl is losing this debate because she's falling into these stupid, insignificant conversations. The debater asked a godlike question. The most powerful military on earth has not won a war since World War II, and even that statement is a lie. Anyone even in U.S. history, anyone who's even looked at U.S. history knows Russia won World War II. Russia took Stalingrad. Russia killed Hitler. But America won the war. I guess they won because they were all on the same team. So we'll give them some team credit. But America has not won any individual war it has ever taken since their team-up world war. What's going on? Oh. And she will not answer that question because she wants to get into the stupid number argument. These stupid little numbers are so insignificant, so dumb.
After years, especially I would like to go to what happened in 2001, when actually Donald Rumsfeld was the defense secretary at that time, and he was giving a press conference from the Pentagon talking about the Tora Bora in eastern Afghanistan, about the casualties, and there was actual reports from reporters. 2 days before his own press conference, there was a report issued by the New York Times that says that 3 villages were brought down to the ground, more than 200 civilians were killed in Tora Bora, and then he says that the numbers are not right. There was no civilian kills. Actually, the so-called strike happened miles and miles away, and he started comparing what happened in Tora Bora to actually what happened in Lower Manhattan in 9/11, saying that if until now, that's in 2001, saying that if until now we cannot actually do a good count of our own casualties in 9/11, how do you suppose us to do the same thing in Afghanistan? First of all, what kind of a comparison is that? Second of all, well, basically, you could start by the basics. How about visiting the hospitals that would take the bodies, or the remnants of the bodies, if you will? Because later on, another newspaper sends its reporters to those 3 villages, the Independent in specific, and he sees not only the graves of the people. He saw more than 60 graves. He couldn't count any more because possibly the bodies were taken somewhere else, or there was no more bodies anymore. I'm sorry. But at the same time, he did not only see that, he also saw certain parts from bombs that go back to US-made bombs. So basically, the lies have been there even before Afghanistan, before 9/11. It has been there ever since the power on the ground has been in the hands of the US. You say they have never yet won any war. Well, this is not how the US thinks about it. It's not about the casualties or how much destruction they have made. It's about, well, did they actually make this government kneel, the state kneel to their imperialism or not? Did they engage them in the global economy or not? Did they make them enter the capitalist system or not? This is how actually the US government, if you will, measures whether it did win a war or not.
Very well. I wish we had more time for this, but unfortunately we were fresh out of time. Thank you, Marwa Osman, journalist and political commentator there from Beirut. Also, Michael Lane, thank you, founder of the American Institute for Foreign Policy. And beginning of the program, we had our correspondent Muhammad Ali from Damascus, Syria. Thanks for tuning into another edition of the debate from Iko Bataway and the entire team in the capital, Tehran. It's goodbye.
The debates. Things are silly. Oh man. Anyway, that's enough for that particular topic. We're gonna turn this off right here. Let's see what you guys are talking about before we call it a night. And because I was supposed to have gone to sleep at 3 o'clock, it's now 7. Yes, Triforce never gets to sleep. It's always yapping his gums, flapping my gums. Look, my gums is flapping. Robert, Dwight, Jaden, Azura, and even one great Bill. I want to say something to you guys. I'm watching you guys talk about liberals, left, right, center, up, down, down, left, right, BA, select, start, all this other stuff. Are you guys aware all of those things are constructs to keep you spinning the top? None of that means anything. Doesn't mean anything. None of that. Socialism and this and that, it all doesn't mean anything. It's all useless, all pointless. It's made for you guys to argue. That's it. Because in a world where human beings take care of other human beings, you can live with all of those systems in there, as long as those systems respect the other systems. Socialism works some places in the world. Socialism doesn't work some places in the world. Communism works some places in the world. Communism doesn't work certain places in the world. Like those are facts. These are the facts here. So why argue about something that works in other regions of the world just because they don't work in yours? That's a stupid argument. It's a worthless argument. That's what I'm talking about. Telling you guys, stop. You're arguing over something pointless. That's like going into, okay, Cuba. Cuba has been around for geons, right? Cuba has survived all types of things despite its communists, whatever. But there are no poor people. Not that there are no poor people. There are no, what's the word for this? People in Cuba are not complaining about their poverty because no one goes hungry. Everyone's good in Cuba. So the question here is, what are we arguing about if they're not arguing about over it? And why are we as a country imposing what we think is best for them when they didn't ask for it? Foolishness. It's all foolishness. So I'm telling you guys, stop it. Like, who cares? It's not important. None of those things, these are distractions, B. Yo, the world's superpowers are so good at that. I gotta get on their team, man. I want to get. I don't want to get on their team because they're just evil, but I want to get on their team because like they're so smart, and I like to be on a team that have like intelligent people. I don't know, man. Like I just like being on a squad that got like yo, you're a real intelligent dude. That sounds like insulting now. So what are you trying to say? We're stupid? But like the way we act, yeah. Actually, yeah. Now that you mention it, yeah. People are actually kind of stupid. So like, why? Oh, I can't believe that happened. I don't want this to happen. Not like that. Not like that. Oh boy, gotta clean up now. Bump, bump, bump. I shouldn't have put that there. Bump. I'm over here playing Tetris while reading what you guys are saying. But it's literally a pointless argument. That's us arguing about it's like what the lady says. Doesn't the people of Syria have a choice in the matter? If they don't want Bashar al-Assad there, why can't they just hold elections on their own? And then if Bashar al-Assad goes, no, I'm not leaving, and he tries to fight, then you just call in the UN, and then the UN comes in and cleans up the mess. Why is America sending its sons and daughters to go argue over someone else's political regime? This is so stupid. So what are the people going there to die for? Ooh, all clear. Bam. 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 See what you guys are saying now. Let's see there. Travis, I agree with everything you're saying. I just disagree that things like capitalism and socialism are important topics. Aren't important. They're not actually. Capitalism and socialism and all of these things, they don't do anything in reality. They're constructs made so someone can say one side is war and is better. Capitalism, socialism, and communism and all of those things, they all work. You just got to know what they work for, when and where. You ever heard of this? There's a time and a place for everything. There's a time and a place for capitalism, time and a place for socialism, Darwinism, communism. There's a time and a place for everything. Got to know when to use them and when not to. But to say one is the best and is all for all times, no, that's that's not even true. You know that. It just shows the U.S. military is just the enforcers of the globe. Okay, just because of big businesses who have. I'll get you guys back on the CDI stream. When is that try for? CDI stream, Robert, is tomorrow night, Friday night at 11. We go back to the Legend of Zelda Order of Time, episode 4. Oh yeah, I know Dwight. I know he had elections and he had 88%. That was kind of like which if the people voted for him 88% and he's gassing them, hey, let them get gassed. What's the problem? Everything is man-made. So at least I know the people here are at least conscious of what's going on in the world, and you guys are not just brainless idiots who just play video games. Not that I'm saying you are brainless idiots. I'm glad you're not. I don't like people just so lost into one in a maze of irrelevant nonsense, and they're like, can you not see what's going on in the world? Are you that brain dead? And most of them are. No, I did not do that. That happened to you, Triforce, because you just screwed yourself up, my man, my boy. Why do people even say that line, my boy? That makes me wonder. I did a bunch of baseline technicals. Total. I'll save this replay. I just won't. No. 2 out of 50. Okay, let me see something. Oh, random. Who's this? Hunter X donated. Grape juice for the win. Right, yo. Forget all this politics. Be straight grape juice for the win. It doesn't matter. Trifles, do you play horror games? I played them. Do I care about them? No. Guys, you guys want to... Let me ask you guys a question. Do you want to come in on a Skype conversation and have this so you don't have to type it out? Because right now, to me, it looks like you guys are going... keyboard commandos, B. Yeah, so, hey, we got a good morning scene coming in here. Who's this? Eric Abrahamson. Yes, Abramson. Eric Abramson. I don't know why I just got my tongue got tied up there. I make sure everything I do is raw. I make sure. Triple. Back to back. Bam. 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 I make sure everything I do is raw. I make sure. Yo. The flavors in your hands. Buster Rhymes bringing up the noise won't cease. Let me loose through the belly of the beast. Let me tell ya, hey, you better believe. I make sure everything I do is raw. Oh man, Triforce, that was so stupid of you.
Revolution! Speed up!
was smart. That was smart.
Revolution! Revolution! Feel the rush. Speed up! Speed up!
I cannot believe you put that in the wrong way like that. Holy smokes.
Speed up! Awesome. Feel the rush. Speed up. Awesome. Speed up. Speed up. Feel the rush. Speed up. Awesome. Tetris. Awesome. Better. Speed up. Awesome. 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 Speed up. Revolution! Revolution! Speed up! Speed up!
I'm coming, guys.
Revolution! Revolution! Speed up! Tetris! Speed up! Feel the rush! Speed up! Awesome! Awesome! Revolution! Revolution! Speed up! Awesome! Speed up! Revolution!
I'm coming, guys. I'm over here trying to. I don't know. What am I trying to do?
Revolution!
What am I trying to prove?
Speed up! Speed up! Speed up! Feel the rush! Feel the rush!
Okay. I asked you guys a question. Let's go all the way up. Okay. Okay, this is better than politics. Frank West, you guys are going in. Yo, Travis is the best Dodgers player I've ever witnessed for real. I'm okay. I wish I don't. I'm not gonna wish anything. I'm just gonna go back to. Oh, you guys can see me play. Oh, that's what you guys are doing. I thought. Oh man, I forgot. I had the game on. Um, my top 5 favorite Pokemon. I don't have one. Okay, let's see. So how would anyone probably blah 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 when the PSP had Monster Hunter? Mm-hmm. Tetris makes me think. That's all. Tetris just makes me think. Oh, alright. It closes torn off on it. You gotta fix yourself up. Yo, yo.
Revolution! Revolution! Speed up! Speed up! Speed up! Revolution! Revolution! Speed up! Better. Speed up!
Stop being cheap, computer. Don't do that.
Revolution! Revolution! Speed up! Awesome. Speed up! Revolution!
I did not mean to do that. It happened on my watch, but I didn't mean to do it.
Revolution! Speed up! Better. Feel the rush. Awesome. Better. Speed up! Speed up! Speed up!
No!
Awesome. Speed up!
I purposely saved for that purple to clear out that whole piece.
Speed up!
Give me my blue. Now you don't want to send me the blue, right?
Speed up! Awesome. Better. Awesome. Better. Awesome. Revolution! Revolution! Feel the rush. Speed up.
Whoa, what is going on?
2 critical mistakes. This is a bad game. I could have way more than this. Make sure everything I do is wrong. Make sure. That was stupid. I just made a bunch of mistakes for no reason. Why'd you do that? Oh, now I'm on tilt. I'm on tilt, guys. Makes sense. I see why I'm making those errors. I'm surprised I even did what I did earlier. Without that error. Plug your controller in so you don't have these little mishaps. Okay, it's coming. Let's see, what can you do with that though? That's the question. Nope, see, it was a waste. That wasn't even a miss input. That was just, I don't know what happened. I thought it was another piece, and that happens from time to time. See so many pieces in your life, you think it's a piece and it's not. There we go, clean. Thank you.
Speed up. Speed up. Hard drop. Feel the rush. Hard drop. Hard drop. Awesome. Better. Feel the rush. Speed up. Feel the rush. Awesome. Better. Speed up. Revolution! Revolution!
I'm doing a Tetris stream tonight, so I will teach you guys how to do all of this.
Revolution! Revolution! Speed up. Better. Speed up. Revolution! Revolution! Speed up. Speed up. Awesome. Speed up. Revolution! Revolution! Speed up! Speed up! Hard drop! Feel the rush! Feel the rush! Revolution! Revolution! Feel the rush! Speed up! Hard drop! Hard drop! Hard drop! Hard drop! Awesome! Revolution! Revolution! Speed up! Tetris! Better. Revolution! Revolution! Tetris! Speed up!
Good setup, computer. Try to fix me up, right?
Revolution!
Oh.
Revolution! Revolution! Speed up! Better. Feel the rush! Feel the rush! Hard drop! Speed up! Tetris! Thank you. That was fun.
See, that sucks. That so sucks. That's corny. This is a prime example. This is a prime example of the corniness, guys. This is why I don't like Tetris. This is why I don't like Tetris. What I just did beat my old high score. That's so, what? I did a bunch of triple T-spins. And although they were more technical, they had nothing to do with the, well, landscaping has a lot to do with it. But I beat my score by a whole 50,000, 56,000 points. And none of them were back-to-back chains. But in a game where I do triple T-spin, L-line, Tetris, straight through, all clear it, and I'm 56,000 points under. What? Come on, man. That's foolishness. That right there, I'm not feeling that, B. I am not feeling that at all. This is why I don't like. And then, you know what's even worse? You can do super doubles and beat this score. This is so dumb. Like, I understand the usefulness and the technicality of it, but it should not be rewarded like this. This is overdoing it. Anyway. Oh, I have Tetris Access for the 3DS, and that game is godlike. This stream is probably no good because they're blasting the music in the background. So, one second.
Anyway. I'll probably make 2 videos of like chain triple T spins and then that other one. Actually, I want to show you guys something. Look how stupid this is, right? So you would think after what you guys see me do, I want you guys to tell me something. You guys, some of y'all probably see me already do this already. So
Tetris. Tetris. Tetris.
So I made a mistake and put down the wrong piece. So I have to now, in order to keep the Tetris back-to-back chain going, I literally have to build on a whole new side.
Tetris. 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 Tetris.
Now I can go back on my side.
Tetris. 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 Tetris.
What am I doing?
Tetris. 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 Tetris.
How do you skip over?
Tetris.
Who's that? Azora, what's going on, B? Thanks for the donation. I'm gonna get to that tip in a second, Azora. Let me just finish this foolishness off.
Tetris.
1 second.
Tetris. Tetris. Tetris.
1 second, Azora. I just nearly got jerked. Now look at that score. That did not make any sense. 300,000 for a perfect Tetris game plus an all clear. Then I'm like, okay, so a perfect all clear, a perfect Tetris game, all Tetrises back to back straight with an all clear gets me 300 something thousand. All right, that's not enough. Then I do a triple T spin with the plus a L line double that leads into a perfect Tetris game with an all clear 400,000. Then I just do a messy triple T spin game with a bunch of combos in between and whatever, but they're all triple T spins, 456,000. How? Why? Foolishness. That right there, I will always say is just bad. That right there is just bad. This is bad programming. Bad program. Well, bad not program. The word is um it's just bad design or development or whatever. So stupid. This is the main reason why like I can't deal with like Tetris competitions. It's mainly right why when after I did my little tour here in Jamaica and then I got my fourth Guinness World Record for Tetris in Guinness, I was like I'm done. Because it's stupid. I'm playing Breath of the Wild next week. All right, so Azora, Azora, what did you say? Because all I did was see your name. I had to look at the stream here to play the game while reading it and doing a Tetris. I couldn't split my eye that far, and all I saw was your name and the red donation. Oh well, clearly you donated $30. Oh, you brought us out 100%. Oh, thank you, man. Well, 10%. We're at $100, so we actually made a better quota today. Um, and then we was originally going for. So 90% to go, guys. All right, let me see what you guys are saying here. Blah. Breath of the Wild. And Junior Stein, I'm in the middle of a physics class, but I can't miss your stream. I'm glad I'm actually entertaining you. I'm only going to be on for 15 more minutes. I was supposed to go back to sleep at 3 o'clock. 5 hours later, Triforce is still awake. So I guess I'll be going to sleep at 8 o'clock. Um, Never heard of what? Nightwish before. But Miss, I'm watching Triforce lean on these Tetra. Yeah, he's so stupid. Hey Triforce, when are you gonna get Praying Breath of the Wild in the Order of Time stream? So Friday, just to let you guys know, Friday is um Friday is the CDI games, and then the last in the timeline is Breath of the Wild, which will be next week Monday. This is for the whole cracker. Cause why didn't you? How much eggs you may use? Why? We should have made more. Oh, I usually use 4. Mm. Mm. Mm, 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 mm. C'est ça. All right. Munch, munch, crunch, crunch. Oh, sorry, Randy. I'm over here crunching away on the stream. Um, well, like I said, we made the what? No, not really. I'll just take the small little cheesy part. You don't want the rest? Yeah, but I'm good. I'm good. Hey, baby. Mm. Ah! Want food? Yeah. Oh, my bad. I make you hungry? Hmm. Yo, morning time, you always get hungry. That's not a little girl. That's a boy. We have his. It's because his hair. It's because we have his hair. The way we have his hair. I'm in an Airbnb on some random person's toilet with the door open. Yo, we straight free balling in here. Oh, that's not my child. That's my sister. That's my girl's baby brother. She has an 8-year-old brother, and then she has a. Well, he's not 2 yet, right? Oh, he's not even 2 yet. Oh, he's that big, right? Can he eat the cracker? Well, I'm not teats. He can't. So why you have giving him the cracker? What? Don't give him. Take the cracker away from him. Let him try to bite it. With his big belly. Ah, Oops. You guys are stupid. Toll House Crackers give a rich a run for their money, do they? I get that pun. I get that pun, Azora. I'm in an Airbnb on the toilet with the bathroom door wide open talking shit. Oh man. When my mic is up, yeah, it turns off. Nah, but that seriously though, watch your back. I'm a forced gender reassignment on. I'm gonna play one more. Actually, let me go play the computer. After this, guys, I'm gonna play one more game against the computer real quick, and then I'm going to go make a Tetris video. Yeah, the toilet. What? Wait, the to. Oh no, no, nobody went in the bathroom. Oh, I did that today. 50,000. Perform a Tetris line clear 200 times. Perform the back-to-back Tetris 100 times in a complete. And then today 100,000. No, that's not us today. That's 10 days ago. Ming King, Mino King. Oh, whatever. Hey man, I've been up since 1 o'clock this morning streaming, so I've been streaming for like 7 hours. We did like 3 different streams, but I'm about to play this one game and go to sleep. Bye, baby. Mwah. I'm a puff. I'm a pat, baby. A two baby can't be pat no more. All right.
Looks like it's my turn. Battle mode engaged.
Battle mode engage. What? Triforce, what are you doing? What are you doing? Run it back, run it back, run it back. Why'd I put that there?
Mineral.
Yeah, calm down, calm down, calm down. You're making all this noise for no reason. Tetris.
Revolution. Severe damage.
Revolution. You just hit me with a double Tetris, and then look what this, all of this means. What does all of this mean? What does all of that 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 mean?
Severe damage.
This is why triple T spins are so stupid.
That was
I
fun.
triple T spinned into a chain and he died after he double Tetris me. Why are the T spins so powerful? They gotta reduce the power on the T spins. This is ridiculous. This is foolishness. Hello, no, calm down, calm down, calm down, calm down.
Damage received. Revolution. Damage received. Speed up. Better. Tetris. Remove. Tetris. Severe damage. Speed up. Awesome. Vitamin. Awesome. Mineral. Vitamin.
Uh-oh.
Vital scan. Awesome. Better. Mineral.
No! I murdered myself. Yeah, I murdered myself. Yeah.
Losing my edge. What a favorable outcome.
A favorable outcome. Okay, we're not doing that. Clearly, we're not doing that.
Tetris.
I want to see how long I can really play with the computer.
Tetris. Tetris.
But every time he Tetrises me, I'm going to Tetris him.
Tetris. Remove.
Ah, that
Severe
sucks.
damage. Vitamin. Tetris. Mineral. Tetris. Severe damage. Vitamin.
Severe damage.
Tetris. Severe damage. Vitamin. Nutrition. Vitamin. Tetris. Severe damage. Vitamin. Better. Vitamin. Awesome. Speed up. Speed up. Vitamin. Awesome. Vital scan. Speed up. Vitamin. Better. Vital scan. Awesome. Vital scan. Better. Awesome. Vitamin. Vitamin. Tetris. Damage received. Vitamin. Speed up. Vitamin. Speed up. Awesome. Scan. Better. Vital scan. Awesome. Vital scan. Awesome. Nutrition. Vitamin. This is retribution. Vital scan. Vitamin. Awesome. Nutrition. Better. Vitamin. Vital awesome. Vital scan. Speed up. Vital scan. Speed up. Vital scan. Better. Nutrition. Speed up. Vitamin. Vitamin. Vital scan. Nutrition. Speed up. Speed up. Vital scan. Speed up. Vital scan. Recharge mode engaged. Thank you. That was fun.
Mason, what's going on? Morning. I knew Odyssey was going to be playable at E3. We all knew this.
Tetris. Good move. Tetris. Good move.
Oh, got me.
Losing my edge. What a favorable outcome.
That's the favorite line. What does all of that mean? Oops, didn't mean to put that there.
Tetris. Good
I'll talk to you right after this. Well, I'm coming off right now. I'm about to stop the stream shortly. I'm just, yeah. Boom, 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 boom. Do I really want to do that? Yes, I do. Pow, pow, pow. This hurts. I can tell this hurts. Ooh, ooh. Oh, 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 oh. Bong, 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 bong. But there's bong bongs.
Recharge mode engaged. Thank you. That was fun.
I have somewhat of some update, somewhat of an update. All right, I'll be off. Let me play the computer 2 more times. I'm doing that little secret code thing that makes a computer ultra, so-called ultra difficult. Oh, wrong piece. Never that. No such thing as a wrong piece in Tetris. Tetris. Wrong. 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 Oh. Combos, B. Combos after triple T spin is almost a sure death. Stop it. I'm talking to you. Behave yourself when I'm speaking to you.
Recharge mode engaged. Thank you. That was fun.
Oh man. Oh, might as well. Pow, 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 pow. Insufficient data. Insufficient data. Try process. This up. Insufficient data. Help. Warning. 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 Incoming tsunami. Warning. Warning.
Recharge mode engaged.
Computer just got mopped. I'm too good for you to keep up. Let's try. What else? A super double B. You know. Oh. 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 Bong. Bong. Oh, I didn't bong him yet. Ooh. Ooh. Yo, who you talking to like that, B? I told you we run these blocks, fool. Hold on. Yeah, we can take that. Speed up. Hit him. Yo, how did you get me this far up, B? Yo, why you trying to disrespect me? What's all this about, man? What's all of this about, though? What is it about? Talk to me. You gotta tell me something, B. Because I'm not feeling what you just did. What is all of this madness on my stage? Stop it. I will take that because we'll need this to chain, that chain, that more to chain. Ooh, Tetris. Oh, I can't get in there? Oh, you wouldn't let me get in there? That was dirty.
Losing my edge. What a favorable outcome.
Bang, 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 bang. Ooh, this is dangerous. This is dangerous what's coming. Bang! That equaled this Tetris. And set me up for this. Ooh. Wait a minute. Hold up. Boom. Can Triforce keep this up? Can Triforce keep the Tetris tsunami? Boom. 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 Ooh. Where you at though? Where you at? Where you at? Boost Mobile, where you at? Pow. 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 That was deep up there, B. That was mean up there. Alright, calm down, calm down, calm down, calm down. I'm talking to you about something. You getting all rambunctious. Relax, relax. Uh-oh, you see it coming, right? You see it, right? You see that? That's death. It's death. You know this, right? You know that, right? It's death. It's death. It's death. You know that, right? It's death, right? You know that's death, right? Ooh. Okay, now. That's a... Wait, you didn't learn from the first game? I asked you a question earlier, you never answered. I said, what did any of that mean? What does it mean? What does all of it mean? You still haven't answered the question. See what happens? The reason why I make those sounds, guys, is because remember Pokemon Puzzle League with that wara, wara, when you just chain them? That's what I miss about Pokemon Puzzle League. Ooh. Oh, you don't want to lose. Oh, because you want to try to get a game off me before I close the stream. I see, I see. Well, there's just one problem with that. I would be offended if you got a game off of me before I close the stream. So, unfortunately, because of that, I'm going to have to close this game on you. And because you even thought about doing this, I'm going to have to kind of disrespect you in doing so on the same time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this down here, alright? And when I bring it down here, I'm going to kind of like slow down, like straight slow poke, gangster style. Like, I'm just going to look at you like, let it happen, you know, right? Because you don't, what you fail to realize, I can do these Tetrises up here, like that, like that, like that. Woo! Bong! Oh, wait a minute, oh, okay, yeah, that's right, that's right. I was like, what are you doing, Triboy? Okay. That was a bad move. That was a misplace on my end. But it doesn't matter. Boom. More. Well, actually, you're kind of a robot, and that was a real bad move right there. And that's it. What are you doing? Trying to give the win to the computer, Triforce? Ah, it's just like you playing around though. Okay. All right. Okay. You're actually taking way too long to kill for no reason. So yeah, time to go. I was about to say, I was like, what? Oh no, you had that. No, 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 no. You had it right. You had it right. That was a smart. You accidentally made the right move. Yo, why are you doing all of this? Oh my goodness, I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing. You're not really trying to do anything. You're just trying to stop me from killing you. Okay, so you know what's gonna happen, right? Oh, but that's the bait Triforce. He's trying to go for you to build big. And then right when you build big, that's when it comes down on you, right? Okay, computer. Is that what it is? Is that what we're doing? So what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to just build big. Anyway, with you knowing and then straight disrespecting you just like that. Straight disrespecting you. Letting you know I know what you're gonna do. And even though you know, no, shut up. Silence. Silence, punk. Silence, punk. Silence, punk. And now that you know, straight slow poke you. Straight disrespect you. Slow poke you. Slow poking you. Straight disrespect. Let you know it was coming. Slow poked you. You feel let you know it's coming. Let you know it's coming, fool. Yo, this guy's still alive though. What? How are you still alive? How are you still alive? I don't understand this. How are you alive? How are you alive? Ah, because I'm not killing him. I gotta hit him with the stupidness. Ah, because I'm sitting over there playing games with him.
That was fun.
Oh, okay. And you overextended my stream, so yeah, it's time to go.
Thank you. That was fun.
It must like Tetris. Uh, can he pow any higher? What does that mean? All right, last game. We're gonna give you the run back. We're gonna give you a run back, computer. All right. Now, what's gonna happen to you, computer? I need you to understand is not my fault. This is the fault of the creators.
Revolution! Severe damage.
on?
Revolution. Tetra damage received.
Whoa.
Speed up. Better. Speed up. Speed up. Nutrition.
Yeah, see, I wanted to ask you about that. Look how hard you
That
struggled.
was fun.
And you're at the like the like that's so stupid, right? That you're losing to this.
Mineral. Good. Revolution. Damage received. Revolution. Severe damage. Speed up. Speed up. Feel the rush. Hard drop.
Like, why did you just die to all of that? That doesn't make any sense. I didn't do anything major. And then look, I get a Tetris set up for it? That's crazy. Why is that happening to you?
Damage received. Vital scan. Speed up.
Oh,
Vital scan. Vitamin.
computer's like, oh, I see my golden opportunity. No, you don't. This is a temporary delay of your death.
Vital scan. Vitamin.
Whoa.
Vital
Boom.
scan.
Boom.
Nutrition.
Boom. Whoops. 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 Oh no, I don't want to put that there. Oh, nope. We're not blocking that off. We don't block off our exits. Oh, well, we may have to block off the exits now. No. We got that just in time. We get those just in time. Just in time. Just in time, fool. What's going on? The back and forth. Ooh, ooh. Ooh, 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 ooh. Oh, you were supposed to get that extra ooh. Sorry, I couldn't give it to you. Oh, excellent.
Severe damage. Awesome. Vital scan. Mineral. Good.
General.
Tetris. Severe damage. Mineral. Speed up. Vital scan.
Speed up.
Nutrition.
Yeah, I know about that though. I know about that. The 2-for-1 special. And, oh, it didn't go in. Okay, I forgot about that.
Recharge mode engaged.
Lean on them,
Thank you.
Triforce.
That was fun.
I know this is my real last game. You ever notice gamers always say that last game, and it's never the last? Actually, I'm just gonna do it the normal. I'm gonna do it the normal way.
Good move.
There's a certain sense of gratification when you just do it the normal way.
Tetris. Severe damage. Feel the rush. Damage received. Targeting speed up. Good. Vitamin. Awesome.
Yeah.
Better. Awesome. Better. Hard drop. Right. Damage received. Vitamin. Speed up. Better. Vitamin. Awesome.
Sir, you are constantly making my place look messy. I like my place to be clean, thank you. Keep my place clean. We need a clean landscape.
That was fun.
My skills are surgical, B. I want it clean. No mess in the hallway. Wait, what am I doing? I got lost.
Good move.
Sir, you are making a mess in my hallway. Keep it clean. Keep it clean. You're not listening to me.
Tetris. Tetris. Vital scan. Tetris. Severe damage.
Keep my place clean. Thank you.
Thank you. That was fun.
Hold on. I didn't even like that. because there's blocks on my screen.
Vitamin. Tetris. Damage received. Tetris. Severe damage. Vitamin.
Yo, look at all of this. This is filth. Why is there filth all over my screen?
Mineral.
Get those blocks off my screen now.
Vitamin. Tetris. Severe damage. Nutrition. Vitamin. Tetris. Severe damage. Vitamin. Tetris. Vital scan. Severe damage. Awesome. Vital scan. Vitamin. Speed up. Vitamin. Vital speed up. Vital scan. Vital scan. Nutrition. Feel the rush. Vitamin. Speed up. Vital scan. Vital speed up. Awesome. Vital scan. Vital scan. Speed up. Vital scan. Awesome. Better. Vital scan. Nutrition. Vital scan. Feel the rush. Vitamin. Better. Vitamin. Vital scan. Nutrition. Feel the rush. Damage received. Vitamin. Nutrition. Severe damage.
Ouch.
Recharge mode engaged.
I should have let that
was
slow
fun.
poke you out. And the ultimate disrespect. The one the stream is gonna remember for all of time.
Damage received. Tetris. Fight severe damage. Tetris. Good move. Vitamin. Tetris. Severe damage. Vitamin. This is retribution. Severe damage. Vitamin. Nutrition. Vitamin. Vital scan. Tetris. Severe damage. Vitamin. Vitamin. Tetris.
Come on.
Damage received. Nutrition.
No, I won't kill him.
Tetris.
Oh, it's gonna straight disrespect you.
Vitamin. Nutrition. This is retribution. Severe damage.
Straight disrespected him. Got up off the sticks before he died. Got up off the sticks before he died. Straight disrespected you in your own game. Now let me sit down. I had to disrespect him. I had to straight disrespect him. Huh? What? No, I'm done. I'm leaving the game. I'm leaving the game now. I just wanted to disrespect him that way. Let me see something here. I gotta get those videos. I'll do that later. I'll probably do that in a recording. Yeah, I'll just do it in a recording offline. You playing against real people? Later on tonight, I'll do some stuff on I play against real people. I do like teams 3-on-1s and stuff like that. Also, I also teach people and stuff like that. What's going on, Bradley? You guys caught me on the tail end of the stream. We're about to close out today. Thank you guys for joining us. I'm about to put out, what is it, 8 o'clock now? I see I should have got up early enough so I can do that. Check back around 9 something. I'm about to put out a small little video. A nice little exhibition that happened earlier. I'll do a couple of them and stuff like that for you guys to enjoy. So, but I'm going to do that. I'm going to hit the sack at 9. Then I'm going to get back up at around 2-ish or so. And then I got some videos that I got to do. But tune in later on tonight for... we're going to be streaming some Tetris action. What is it? Yeah, we're going to do the Tetris tonight. Got some school for Tetris. I'm I'm gonna also be working on this World 3 episode 1, what I did. So yes, I teach people the fundamentals of playing Tetris based on the Game Boy and the original. I don't teach people Tetris based on what's the word of this thing? The newer games. I teach them the fundamentals of landscaping and all that other stuff. So that helps them. Balamane, balamane, balamane. 5-man chain. That's all it does? Damage? Ouch. Triforce's last game takes place after the Bills win the Super Bowl. Calibus, what's going on? I live stream at 11 p.m. Central Time till the morning. Those are the only times that and then I sleep during the day and I get up in the afternoon and I do whatever vlogs I gotta do and then I come back on at 11 again. So Calibus, if you want to stream tonight at 9, if you want to watch a stream tonight at 9. Yes, the modes are worth buying the game for, especially the story.
Vital scan. Nutrition. Sleep. Vital scan. Step it up. I'm on a roll. Damage received. Vital scan.
All right, guys, let me get out of here, man. Thank you guys for coming in. Oh, let me run through the sets with you guys real quick. I want to give a shout out to Azura Tempest for the $30 donation. Hunter, what is that? $5 donation. Orin, who came through, stopped off for a $10 donation. E Lugo for a $10 donation. Another one from Azura Tempest at $10. Moby21 dropped in $20. And Dwight Powdered dropped off 5. Oh, wait, Nintendo Bro also dropped off $10 as well. And then Mugi Wara Link dropped off 5. Is that it? Oh no, a Nintendo Bro again with another 40. Or this from yesterday though. But I want to thank all those guys for the donations that they dropped off. And the last 4, Eric Abramson, thank you for the donation as well. I will see you guys later on tonight for some more Tetris action. I'm gonna put out a video in the next hour or so. You can check. You'll see it. It'll pop up on Twitter and also give you the notification of a little marathon thing I just did in Tetris if you guys want to take a look at that. So you guys can take a look at that and then I'll see you guys later, all right? Peace.